What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Styx, Master of Shadows. My name is Splattercat. We are here today sneaking along, trying to kill stuff. I'm in the mood. I'm in a mood to annihilate right now, and so let's have a little bit of exploration around. Up those stairs right there, there's two guards. We needed to get the pry bar so that we can get down into the sewer. I don't know why the sewer is only accessible with a pry bar. I assume it's something like in real life. For example, you have to have one of those government-issue hooky things in order to open manholes. I'm guessing it's like the same thing. It's just to keep like unwanted people up out of the sewers. And so we need to get ourselves a bar, and once we've dropped a bar or two, we can then go back down into the sewers, enjoy the stink, and roll around in it, which is what I assume goblins do anyways. I was already up here. Oh, they're moving. That's a little bit concerning. That's a pretty good dead body pile right there. That's a pretty good dead... Also, how come this guy down here doesn't get awesome armor? He just gets like a glowy thing on his belt. That's it. If the only perk of your job is a glowy thing on your belt, I'm not sure that I could stay employed there. I need plate mail or something to make it all better. Let's jump across him. Oh, no. Oh, and that almost hurt. There is fall damage in this game. There had been some question as to whether there's fall damage in the game in the comments of one of the previous videos. There is indeed, and it's actually fairly severe. A 2-story fall will hurt you, and then a 3-story fall is pretty much fatal. There's no way you're coming out of that one, and so you do want to be careful while you're running around, jumping around, stabbing around, slicing around. All of the arounds connected to whatever verbs or whatever positional modifiers you want. I'm not sure. Over here we've got a guy there and a guy right there. And so we have two enemies. I'd like to get a higher vantage point, I think. Is that somebody? Oh, there is a guard leaning on the wall right there too. If you see him right where, way in the back underneath the archway. So there's a lot of guards around here. We need to be careful about the way that we navigate this level, because this is a great way to get ourselves into some fairly serious trouble if we don't walk with care. Now, I am going to be trying to... I can unfasten that and make that drop. Okay, that's kind of cool. Probably won't do that right now because I haven't seen anything walking along that patrol path, but had there been somebody on that patrol path, you best believe I would totally squish him with a giant box. Why not? You might as well. I mean, it's an offer that's on the table. Go for it. Over here... Alright, I'm going to move slowly here because I need to check the stairs. I don't see anybody. Let's go for it. I see absolutely no reason not to go for it. Alright, and so down he goes. We'll grab the body right here. I wanted to mention during the course of this episode that I did go get of Orcs and Men because I am interested in Styx as a character. He seems like a cool guy. I don't know. Aside from all the murdering and like the general hatred he seems to have for human beings, he seems like he'd be chill to have a pint with. I don't know. And Orcs and Men seems to expand on his story a little bit, lets you know what's been going on in this world. And from what I understand, it appears as though in this world humans have taken orcs and goblins as slaves or as servants. I'm not really too clear. I haven't played much of the game yet, but...
He was amongst the first volunteers in Arkadash.
I've heard of him. Is he dead?
Apparently not. It seems he deserted, but he's been living somewhere in the bowels of the atrium for all these years.
I'll be surprised. You can't survive here alone without food, without anything.
Who knows? There's plenty of strange goings-on down here.
Which way are they gonna go? Okay, so unfortunately I'm not able to see through walls, so I'm not gonna concern myself with it too much. However, I don't want to stand out in the open at all either. Let's have a look around and see if there's a better way to access that room. I get the feeling that going through the front door might not be the most positive of ideas. It might end up with some severe negativity taking place. We were unable to recover our other throwing knife, and I'm not sure how you get more throwing knives in this game. We've got a guard over there who's just chilling, and I think well, he might be gelling. I'm not sure. Gelling or chilling. He's doing something of the kind. And so maybe... Oop, nope, that's not going to work. Let's check over here and see what the oversight is looking like from other guards. Okay, so there's a sleeping guard right there. And using my camera cheese. I think we might get away with this. Maybe. Alright, so that guard over there is being oblivious at the moment while we whack his two friends. And whacked. And so now we muffle him out. I think because we're at the bottom of the stairs, we should be outside of line of sight. I'm going to get behind here with the body because that guy's still walking around that room over there. I'm going to hide this one in the trunk, I guess. There we go, straight off into the trunk. He can join my subwoofer and everything else. Do subbies go in the trunk? I don't know. I'm not a car guy. Like, I've always wanted to learn auto mechanicery, and I'm not a car guy, but I don't know. I spent all my time learning computer stuff, and then after that point, it was like, well, do I really want to expand my knowledge further? And the answer to that question is yes, it's just that I don't really have time right now. I have a lot of interests. I have a lot of things that I would love to learn to do, and I just never seem to have the time to do them. There we go. I'll put you over there just in case we get any wandering individuals who decide to pop on through. Oh my god, I bumped into a chair. So the pry bar looks like it's down here somewhere. There's a guy right there. Is there a way to climb down right here, or is that just a sheer drop? I think it's a straight drop off. Almost positive that that's going to be a drop that will hurt like hell. I don't know if there's... Oh, hell no. Alright. So we got a guard's attention. That's what I wanted to check. I was going to go in there and I was going to go for the kill, but I wanted to make sure that he didn't have anybody else watching his back. Let me turn off these torches too. And click! There we are. We'll squeak these things shut. It's like the clapper, but the squeaker. And instead of the squeak turning off the light, it's just the perception that the squeak turns off the light from the little hat that you put on its head. No one will be burning with passion right now, especially not you, Torch. Go away. Hold on, what's that? Oh. So there is an entrance to this room. Alright, let's keep an eye on that guard for a second. Just watch what he does. Looks like he's warming his hands or cleaning his hands or doing something over to the right. I'm going to assume from the warm and cheery glow that he's got really, really cold hands right now. That might be due to the fact that whoever built this place built the room with a giant hole in it. Oh, there's another guard over there. Okay. So if you noticed, I just barely saw his face. There's two guards right here. We've got to figure out how to make them go away. He's not going to come back here, is he? Okay. Oh, there's a third one right there, too. Alright, this room is not going to work for me. This room keeps going from bad to worse. I would go for the table in the center of the room, but with that guard right there, I'm almost positive that I would get seen. And without two daggers... Yeah, this one's a tough call. This one's a real tough call. There doesn't seem to be any real opening to get any of the guards right here, and so maybe we'll come back in a bit. We want to watch this jump right here because it will hurt us. If we had missed that right there and we'd fallen down into there, it would have hurt quite a lot. It wouldn't have been fatal, I don't think, but it definitely would have given you like that ankle sting feeling you get when you get off tall stuff. I think I've talked about that before, how your ankles get all stingy when you jump off something high and you're just like, ow! That's almost precisely what I would think our goblin would be feeling at that time. So from what I understand, he shouldn't come back here. Oh, there's a guy right there, too. Okay. Alright, well. Ooh, there's a guard right there, too. Wow, there's a lot of patrols in here. And that guy's definitely awake. I thought he was asleep. Damn. It's gonna have to be like one of those times where I think if I approach from that direction over there and I can snuff out the torch, I can get down in there and I can take him out. But my strategy relies on me getting rid of that torch first. So I'm gonna wait for this guy to pass one more time, and I apologize. Some people have said that I'm playing the game very slowly. When I play stealth games, I tend to play very, very badly if I don't go slowly, and so that's why I'm purposefully slowing myself down while I play this. There we go. And so I'm around the corner. That's what I wanted to happen right there. I love those lovely curved little jumps that you can do. Let me get my sand out. We'll snuff out that torch. There's so many torches in that room, and I need like absolute darkness in order to take that out. That's what goblins use as a supplementary tool. Absolute darkness. It's a type of liquor. Absolute darkness. God. It's the edgiest of liquors. The edgiest. So there's a guard over there. Does he move? I'd like to think he moves. Doesn't look like he does. We might be outside of his line of sight, though. Let's just go for it. I'm gonna go from that direction right there because it makes the whole thing a little bit easier if I need to get away. And then we turn this off. We'll grab the corpse. That's a pretty vicious, fast chokeout. I mean, as far as chokeouts go. Oh, shit, there's somebody right there, too. Damn, son. Alright, so there are enemies, like, everywhere that we have to deal with. This level is actually pretty chock-a-block with things that can happen to us that are less than satisfactory. The Satisfactory. It's just a factory that just makes horrible, sad novels. Just tells the Titanic story over and over again. The Satisfactory. It's got an endless loop of Celine Dion in the background. My God.
Years without seeing my family. They must have forgotten me.
Pulling the rotation over here is going to be a little bit weird. So what's going to have to happen is that guard's going to come through. I'm going to have to sneak down into there, maybe snag that light. Once I snag the light... Ooh, his peripherals might get me on this one, I don't know.
Everything wears out so fast here. It makes you wonder if there isn't some sort of crap in the air.
I heard
Corrosive
something
stuff like.
strange.
I think that... You know what's a bitch? I turned off that sound effect right before I started this episode, and I completed it and everything, and it's like... No matter what, somebody's always going to send me a message while I'm recording. It's part of being a YouTuber, and frankly, Steam's UI overlay thing does not fix itself very well. Like, you turn it off, but it actually doesn't turn off. It's like right now, I promise you, if I open the options in Steam, it will say that it won't play a notification sound when people send me messages, and yet it'll still play the sound. I don't know. I don't think taking this guy from this direction is going to work at all, and there's no way to climb up and around him, which leads me to believe... We'll put out that torch. I can't get that torch from right here, can I? Oh, that angle. That angle. I want that torch to go away. That torch is a big problem for me right now. And until it goes away, I can't really accomplish what I want to accomplish down here. Alright, so we'll turn out the light. We gotta wait for this patrol to go by one more time. He's gonna go by. I'm going to attempt to choke out his friend. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Everything wears out so fast here. It makes you wonder if there isn't some sort of crap in the air. Corrosive stuff like.
Years without seeing my family. They must have forgotten me.
Okay, and where does he go when this happens? He just chills right there. Alright. Concerning, but not horrifically so. And once again, I apologize for going slowly, but I'm just trying to make sure that we get these things properly dealt with. I've got to stay out of line of sight, which means I need to like camp out right here. If I'm gonna pull this off, it has to basically be perfect.
It makes you wonder if there isn't some sort of crap in the air. Corrosive stuff like.
Come on. Oh, shit. Oh, nope, run. Time to run. Time to run. Okay, and so we ran away. I mean, I was wondering if that was going to work or not, and it appears as though it didn't. Luckily, I was able to respond to the threat fast enough where I knew where I was going and I knew where my exits were, and that was pretty much the only way that it was going to go down. I could have scrambled the room up a little bit better, I think, if maybe... Okay. If you wanted to drop off ledges, the way that I would recommend doing it, I've been struggling with it over the course of the last couple episodes. If you want to drop off ledges, what I would do is I'd hold down the shift key while you walk towards the ledge, and it'll make you creep. And if you creep off of a ledge, you should be okay. Like, you shouldn't end up falling off and dying anywhere. He's going to go inspect the body of his dead friend, and then we're going to get him next as revenge for throwing knives at us. As if you would do anything else with a throwing knife. I mean, I guess you could cut with it. It's got both the words throwing and knife in it, so I suppose it'll cut, or you can throw it. But that's basically the only uses you're going to get out of a throwing knife. Alright, and this guy's next. He just goes back to his patrol like nothing even happened. I had to sweep that one out really, really quickly because he was going to turn. And so, before he turns, we got to take him out. Treat him like a zombie. Before he turns, put a bullet in that brain. We need to hide this guy somewhere along with this friend. So we'll throw a body in there. I'm still not sure how I'm going to get rid of the guy in that room, but there's a coin in there, which essentially means I have to. We'll throw him over there. I like how this game doesn't have a penalty for you getting seen. That's nice that they allow you to just like beat the game however you want. I don't know. Ooh. Actually, I know what I can do here. I know what I can do. Let's go with a clone.
What was that noise?
Okay. So now I've got my clone.
Don't move. I'm coming. One less monster.
Alright, and so now I should be able to take him as he goes back into the room. I'm gonna have to be swift about it though, and if he turns early, yeah, like that right there, that's what I was worried about, is the animation would turn early. Got him. Kick that neon out and get dealt with, son. Chokey, 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 love hug from a goblin. And down he goes. Alright, so he's been dealt with now. We already had our coin, so I suppose murdering him was kind of a side objective for me. But after all the trouble we had gotten ourselves into, I figured that we just might as well I'm a completionist. I like to kill everybody. In stealth games, I have to get everybody. Otherwise, it just, I don't know, doesn't feel right. I've got a vial of life. There's an extra one right here that I could take along with me, but I'm going to leave it alone for right now. There's another guard on top of there, that balcony. Let's continue to look around, though. The levels are huge in this game. They are absolutely sprawling, and it's very easy to get yourself disoriented and forget where you came from. We're going out to the pry bar, which is way over there, but I'd like to go through the entire level and see if we can't get all the coins and, you know, the random rubbish that's strewn about. Okay, I know where I am now. Never mind. I got turned around slightly, but I know where I am now. I know where I am, and that's a good feeling. I don't like being disoriented. It's a terrible feeling. Just being like, ah, which way am I facing? Up, down, left, right? I don't know. All right. Dung dung. I wonder if you can do like rooftop assassinations like in Assassin's Creed. I have heard, like, there's been a number of people that really, really liked this game, and then there's other people saying that it's old-fashioned. I prefer to think that the game... There's kind of two schools of thought with games. There's basically the Assassin's Creed method, where you're essentially overpowered. You can execute multiple people at a time, and the stealth is sort of just there for... Oh, there's two of them up here. That sucks. Well, damn, how do I deal with this? Okay, so if there's two up there, I'm not even gonna bother. Not worth the possible hassle. Let me go back, and I can run once I get around this corner. There we go. He's got kind of a loping run. He runs as though his back really, really, really hurts. Like, I've seen, like, older guys walk like that. Part of me, I'm wondering if... who's up here first. So I'm going to try to do something with my clone again. So there's that guy right there. His arms are glowing red. I don't know why his arms appear to be luminous. I don't know. His arms appear to be bearing luminosity. He lifted so many weights that his arms just started glowing. Either that, or if we're following NES tropes right now, that's his weakness.
Time for change of guard.
Where do I want to do this from? I've got a plan right now for how I'm going to get rid of both of them, but I need to have like the right setup to make it work. So this body needs to go away. There can't be any distractions for the guards. I'm going to try and use my clone again to drag people to where I want them. It's a lovely, lovely little tool. The clone works very well as a sort of human or goblin lasso, I guess, to move people around and get them into places where you don't want them to be. Well, I think what I'm going to try and do here, I'm going to vomit a clone right there. And I'm going to put myself up the wall slightly. And then let's control the clone. Because he's only got a little bit of life left. And wow, that was much more than I expected it to be. Hey, I'm right here.
Oh,
look.
This one's for me.
Yeah, here I am, dicks. Ah! Okay, so I'm gonna drag them off over this way. And then I'm going to dissipate him. And now I'm up the wall. And we'll wait to see how they scramble around after this all goes down.
Shit. It's impossible to find it. That damn creature is really quick.
Ooh.
No!
Enough messing. What? You're already dead. You know that.
Ow.
Take that.
There we go.
No.
A little bit rougher than I would have liked. A little bit rougher, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta rough things up. If things are too smooth, then they become suspect in my mind. Then you've got like gelato, which my tummy doesn't like gelato. It's just way too much smooth. I'm not sure what's up with gelato. It always makes my stomach hurt. I have no idea, because I eat normal ice cream. I eat normal dairy, and it never does that. But for some reason, gelato always messes with my stomach. I haven't gotten used to the parrying system either. I will eventually. But for right now, that was a little bit... It's a little bit ugly. I don't like to brute force my way through things, but occasionally it has to happen. I don't even know if you're supposed to kill all of these guys. In all honesty, the game may be intending for me to sneak past all these patrols, and I'm just insisting upon using brute force to annihilate everything. It wouldn't be outside the ordinary for me. I mean, that's the big thing about my personality, is that I tend to... I play warriors, I play rangers, I play guys that don't run away and they don't hide, they actually stand their ground and fight. That tends to be what I prefer. Every now and again I'll play a mage or something, but even so, a mage is a combat role. I don't play like illusionist, you know what I mean? I'll play a conjurer or an evoker or somebody that actually fires bolts of death all over the place, because bolts of death are way more awesome than weird shimmery shadows that trick people. Just not into that kind of mirage stuff. Now, this balcony should be totally clear for us, and in clearing out this balcony... It's unclear as of right now how this is going to help us, but I hope it helps us somehow. What's going on in this room? But as I was saying before, this game seems to follow the more thiefy experience, or the more Prince of Persia experience, where it's all about clambering around, not being seen. And it's... I think it's a differing school of thought. I mean, Assassin's Creed is much more about stealth if you want, but kill everything if you want. Whereas this game seems to be, your character definitely has some he has some major drawbacks if he's going to be in combat. Where's this guard at? I heard a guard talking, so I know there's a guard in here somewhere. Why am I not seeing him? He's got to be like directly under... Oh, it sounds like he's on the opposite side of this wall. Can I look through the keyhole right here? No. Well, the directional sound is telling me he's through the wall over there, so whatever. Hey! another coin. A lot of people, I've seen a ton of people online being like, where is the 10th out of 10th coins for like all the levels? It seems like there's always just that one that's just hidden somewhere you can't find it. It is the red coin in Mario Brothers where you're just like, where is that red coin? I can't find it anywhere. Maybe I should just get on the internet. I'm gonna put these out because I'm capable of it. Ooh, that guy's got a potion on his belt. There's a whole bunch of guys in that room. Let me go back. I'm going to refill my sand. As I recall... Yeah, that's how you do it. So if you wanted to walk over, you just have to hold down the shift button and walk off a ledge, and he should turn around and grab it automatically. So what I need to do, there's some sand back here, as I remember. Yeah, it's over on the left-hand wall. And I think that's going to bring us about to the end of the episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for another episode of Styx, Master of Shadows. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.